Alright, in this video we are going to go over how to complete the Unit 4 review sheet. We have come to the end of Unit 4, which is potential energy and kinetic energy. So the unit began with figuring out what energy is, and it is the ability to do work, measured in joules of course. And then potential energy is energy of composition and position. Composition is what things are made of, what they're composed of. Things like food, like gasoline, like batteries, because of what's inside of them. And then position is based on this formula of things being lifted high off the ground. And then what does the law of conservation of energy state? It says that energy cannot be created nor destroyed, it can only change forms. Basically, that the amount of energy is constant, it just transforms in between being kinetic and potential. So now we've got some different pictures to label. Down here at the bottom of the hill, we have a lot of kinetic energy. At the top of the hill, where we're higher off the ground, we have potential energy. And then down here at the bottom, we have kinetic energy, where we're going the fastest and we're closest to the ground. Remember, wherever we have the most kinetic energy, that's where we have the least amount of potential. In this swing, where we're highest off the ground, we have the most potential. Where we're closest to the ground and have the fastest speed or velocity, that's where we have the most kinetic. Looking back at this formula, kinetic energy equals 1/2 mass times velocity squared. Whenever the velocity is the greatest, like right here, that's where kinetic energy is going to be the most. And then for this section, highest off the ground, potential energy, going the fastest, kinetic energy, highest off the ground, potential energy. In the picture of the slingshot, this is when we have a little bit of potential energy. Here we have a lot of potential energy. And then when the slingshot is released, that's when the potential energy turns into kinetic energy. Okay, when we flip the page, we have question number 12. 4 objects are on a shelf 1.5 meters above the ground. A 350-gram trophy, a 100-gram picture frame, and a 225-gram book, and a 600-gram vase. Which object has the most potential energy? So they're the same height off the ground, but they have different masses. So remembering back with our potential energy formula that it's weight times height, whoever has the greatest weight will have the most potential energy. So it's going to be the 600-gram vase because it is more massive. In our next problem, it says a student throws a ball straight up. What happens to the ball's energy as it rises? And our answer is going to be B. The kinetic energy of the ball changes into potential energy as the ball rises. For number 14, it says fill in the missing amounts for the pendulum below. So the maximum amount of energy for this one is going to be 6 joules. So our potential is 6 here, kinetic is 0. Then at position 2, we're half and half, 3 joules and 3 joules. For position 3, we have 0 joules and 6 joules. That's right here where kinetic energy would be the greatest. And then at position 4, we're back where potential energy is the greatest at 6 joules and 0 joules. And we want to note that for this example, it always has to total 6 in this system or this example. We've done others that have maybe 100 or different amounts. All right, for number 15, the student tests a rock with a weight of 50 newtons at various heights. Find the potential energy at each height and record your answer in the chart below. Then, using the chart, correctly graph the data. Be sure to include a title and label the y and x axis. So we've got to complete our data chart. So we're going to calculate the potential energy for each of the different heights. The weight is going to be the same, 50 newtons. At 1 meter is 50 joules. At 2 meters is 100 joules. at 3 meters is 150 joules, at 4 meters is 200 joules, and at 5 meters is 250 joules. And then when we get ready to graph it, potential energy goes on the y-axis, height goes on the x-axis. Our title is potential energy versus height. So we get ready to plot our points. Our x-axis we have increasing by ones. Our y-axis we have increasing by increments of 50. So we go over 1 and up 50, over 2 and up 100, over 3 and up 150, over 4 and up 200, and over 5 and up 250. And when we connect our points, this is a what type of graph? This is going to be a line graph. When we connect, then we see that it makes a straight line. So then when we have to draw a conclusion about this, we want to say that this is linear. That means it makes a straight line, and it is directly proportional. As one thing goes up, as the height goes up, then so does potential energy. Potential energy also increases. Now, this next page has us doing some potential and kinetic energy practice. The first problem says, what is the potential energy of a 15 Newton rock that is at rest on the edge of a mountain 100 meters high? So make sure that you have shown your work. Answers should not just magically appear on your paper. You need to have your work to prove where those answers came from. So 15 newtons times 100 meters gives us an answer of 1,500 joules. That's our potential energy. Remember, joules are the units. Number 5, what is the potential energy of a 1 Newton tennis ball that is at rest on the edge of a table 5 meters high? So potential energy is 1 Newton times 5 meters, which gives us 5 joules. Number 6, what is the potential energy of 160 Newton rock that is at rest on the edge of the Grand Canyon on a cliff 900 meters high? So potential energy equals 160 newtons times 900 meters. This is going to give us a big answer. We get 144,000 joules. And then what is the potential energy of a 9 Newton book that is at rest on the edge of a desk 2 meters high? So potential energy equals 9 newtons times 2 meters, and that gives us 18 joules. So now we're going to switch gears and do kinetic energy, which is a little more involved. Remember, kinetic energy equals 1/2 mass times velocity squared. So number 8, what is the kinetic energy of 18 kilogram race car that is traveling at a speed of 5 meters per second? So when we set that up, make sure that you are showing your work just like we have here. We have 1/2 of the mass, 18, times 5 squared. So half of 18 is 9, and 5 squared is 25, and 9 times 25 is 225 joules. Don't forget your units. Number 9, what is the kinetic energy of a bowling ball that is 2 kilograms and is traveling down the alley at a speed of 1 meter per second? So, kinetic energy equals half the mass, which is 2, times the speed, which is 1 squared. So half of 2 is 1, and 1 squared is 1, and 1 times 1 is 1, and our units are joules. Number 10, what is the kinetic energy of a 14 kilogram arrow flying through the air with a velocity of 3 meters per second? So half of 14 is our mass, and then our velocity is 3 squared. So half of 14 is 7, and 3 squared is 9, and 7 times 9 is 63 joules. And our last one, number 11, what is the kinetic energy of a paper ball that is 5 kilograms and was thrown across the classroom with a velocity of 20 meters per second? So half of 5 times 20 squared. Half of 5 is 2.5, and 20 squared is 400, and 2.5 times 400 is 1,000 joules. Okay, then we move into some multiple choice. You'll definitely see some similar to this on your test. So here we have a graph of gravitational potential energy and mass. And number 1 says, what conclusion is supported by the graph? And the correct conclusion is C. An object with greater mass will have more gravitational potential energy than an object with lesser mass when the objects are at the same height. And we see as mass increases, so does gravitational potential energy. And that's very similar to the problem in the graph that we did here in our review sheet. Same concept. All right, number 2. A student gives a marble a push so that it rolls up a ramp. Which statement best describes the potential energy and the kinetic energy of the marble change as it rolls up the ramp? So for number 2, the correct answer is D. The potential energy increases and the kinetic energy decreases. So as it goes up the ramp, it's getting higher off the ground, so we're increasing potential energy because it's weight times height. Number 3, select 2 properties that affect kinetic energy. Well, remember when we were working those kinetic energy problems, kinetic energy is mass times velocity. So it's going to be mass, and I don't see velocity, but I'm remembering from Unit 2 that velocity is just speed with a direction. So my answers are A and B. Number 4, the diagram shows a swinging pendulum. Remember we did the pendulum lab. When does the pendulum have the most potential energy? And that's going to be when it's the highest off the ground, so it positions A and C. Number 5, the table shows the speed of a moving car over time. We've got time and speed here. At which time does the car have the most kinetic energy? Remember, kinetic energy is mass times velocity, 1/2 mass times velocity squared. So when are we going the fastest? At 15 seconds, we're going a speed of 30 kilometers per hour. So the mass of the car isn't changing, but the speed is. And at 15 seconds, it's going the fastest. Number 6. An acorn falls from a tree. Which of these best describes how the energy of the acorn changes as the acorn falls? So for number 6, the answer is A. The gravitational potential energy of the acorn changes into kinetic energy as it falls because it's speeding up. Remember, gravity is accelerating it at a rate of 9.8 meters per second per second. And our last page, number 7. 4 vehicles are traveling on the same flat road at the same speed. The table shows the mass of each vehicle. So we have a small truck, a small car, a small truck, a van, and a garbage truck, which is way more massive. Which of these statements about kinetic energy of the vehicles is true? So, the true statement is the van has more kinetic energy than the small truck. The van is more massive than the small truck, therefore it's going to have more kinetic energy if they are traveling at the same speed. B is the correct answer. Number 8. Which of these is the best example of a type of kinetic energy? That's going to be C, the energy of electrons moving in an electric current, and the key word there is moving. This is potential stored in food, this is potential energy in a stretched rubber band, and this is going to be potential, the energy that holds the nucleus of an atom together. And our last one, we have a little bit of math to do, and it says which vehicle has the most kinetic energy, and it's going to be vehicle C that has the most kinetic energy when we calculate the kinetic energy right there. Okay? If you have any questions about this, feel free to let any of your science teachers know. Thanks, and do good on